What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Thomas Meunier, the SBC, I don't know if it's a premium SBC challenge. It is a transferred card. He has gone from PSG to Dortmund. So it's a very interesting one. 81 rated team. I've kind of gone with literally just everyone that's untradeable in my club and just put a few commons with him to make that 81. It is a 60 chem, and that's why I've kind of gone a little bit higher on the fodder so I don't have to really work to get that 60 chem. He is a 94 right back, which I believe the only other right back in the Bundesliga that will have this card's kind of rival is Mbabu, who is, by all accounts, a solid right back this year. Even though Meunier, I do like him as a right back, I actually really prefer him as a CDM. If you was to have him as maybe a super sub, who knows, that midfield role would work really well. Obviously, in the shapeshifters, they always tend to put him like that. He is a 4-star, which is very nice. 6'3", maybe not the most meta height in terms of all gameplay, but I still think it's a solid card. High work rates, right-footed preferred, outside of the foot trait, which is very interesting. In terms of the stats then, great pace, acceleration could do with a bit of work, but again, I think that would be that'd be silly to say that would be a negative. We've got actually relatively okay shooting, and this is why I think a DM role would suit this card well. We've got passing wise, 98 crossing, 96 short, 87 long. Again, can't really argue too much of that. The long could definitely do with a little bit more work. Oh, 77 agility, 60 balance. That is awful. Oh, okay, I didn't even see that before doing this. That could have a huge impact on this card. What I'm going to do is we'll get him into the squad because I've already got the squad ready for him. We're going to go into the JT11 squad, so I'll just do that now. So if we have a look then, we've got him as the right back now. Let's have a look at him quickly compared to a 92 Mbabu. What's Mbabu got? 94, 85. We haven't got the shooting, which again is completely irrelevant for a right back if you were sticking to that position. I would personally, just looking at the stats straight off without playing anymore, I think Mbabu would be your man. I think that literally the agility and balance will kill this card. That is a shame. That is a really big shame for this card because he really has the chances of doing so well, and he's going to be literally ruined. I wonder what a Guardian would do. He's already got 94. I just want to see what sort of agility balance that gets up. Otherwise, I feel like, yeah, it doesn't get no balance. I feel like an engine is the way to go for this card. I kind of wanted to try Guardian to see if the defensive side of it, because everything else is relatively fine. I don't really need too much more pace. Passing is already up there. I was wondering if you could max out the defending, because you don't need much composure and hopefully get the agility and balance, but the balance is the key there. So I think engine is going to be the way. I feel like that gets up the agility balance the most, so that probably would be the card I would use. I'm really shocked. I'm interested to see how he plays now, because I feel like that could be the clincher. Also, we do have Harry Kane's player moments, 97 rated in the objectives, so I'll be working towards them as well. So let's jump into some matches. I'm interested to see what he does. If he is absolutely awful, then obviously the review is going to be a little bit of a bust with him. But for me, straight off the bat, I think Mbabu would be better. Oh, Meunier with a lovely little chip there. And when we get the ball over, we've got De Bruyne running through. Oh, it's lovely. Finds the pass on the outside. Finds Martial. Oh, Dino. Oh, look at it. It all comes from Meunier. That is literally it. It's the other players making him look good, but it's a lovely little touch. I was trying to get him on the ball just to see what kind of like his movements are like. I'm interested to see what that balance actually does for him, because that's quite a low one for such a high rated player. I didn't really think that you could get that, and in this stage of the game that is incredibly low. So I'm very interested to get him on that ball just to see what his movement's like, because I just think it's poor from them. I don't get why they haven't upgraded that to at least a good amount. Like, there is no point keeping a card so low down in my rating. Like, even an 80 I would consider being relatively low up there. So putting it at 60 I think is absolutely absurd, and they know the ratings of the game, what stats make and kind of break a card, and that most definitely, that's a cracking touch from Team of the Year Ronaldo. We've managed to foul him, but they know what basically breaks and makes a card, like I said. So they know that that is going to be a deal breaker for this card, and they know that Summer Heat and Babu is absolutely cracked. He was cracked from just his road to the final version. So, oh, that's a quality goal. So having this card literally come out after that, way after that card, is very, very absurd to me. We're going to try him down the wing if we can. De Jong's going to try and find him. Let's see what we can do. He is massive as well. 6'3". He is a big, big guy. He's going to be very clunky on the ball. I'm hoping defensively he would be really good. I feel like with an engine, I kind of feel like it's just got to be that he would be a CDM. And that probably makes him kind of like a super sub more than anything. Just because there is no point having a right back that goes into CDM and then trying to find a CDM that goes into right back. Even though you could probably do it quite easily. I just think at this stage of the game, it's just too much work to be able to make your team around that. I don't feel like Meunier is going to really feature in many teams, if I'm all honest. And I can see he is absolutely massive in that right back role. I'm so used to like 5'10" players and all of that coming in. Mendy makes it perfect. So it's very interesting to see the difference in between them two. I'm going to come across an R9. And this is it. I feel like Mendy does the role perfectly. And literally all I need is a right back Mendy as well. That is a poor pass out. But all I need is a right back Mendy as well as a left back Mendy. Because he is probably the best kind of fullback that I've had ever in the game. And that's going to be a good pass into De Bruyne. De Bruyne will make it look a bit more easy for Meunier. So hopefully that is kind of like what goes on here. We've got a little foul. Let's go back to Meunier. In fact, oh no, we've took the foul. It's going to make him look good. And if you play with meta players around him, he won't seem as bad. Let's try a little bit of a cross then, though. Because he does have 99 crossing, which is obviously a cracking stat. But I've never really bothered using it. Especially this sort of angle. I would more go for the pass because I just don't seem to make the run enough. Already, I can see the kind of jockeying is so slow from him that is embarrassing for a 94 rated card. Does manage to get ahead there. The one thing he will have is he'll have a lot of strength. So any sort of one-on-one battles, I'd be more than confident with him winning it. But how many times does someone go to a one-on-one with a right back? Ah, easy for R9. Easy. That's the perfect side of it. With Mendy being quite small, and I think it's going to be the kind of problem with Meunier, is his turning ability. With Mendy, his turn-ins can be so quick, and it can literally save a literal goal line attack. Just turning that second quicker will always make the difference, especially when it comes to the defense. I've got so much faith in Mendy being able to kind of recover himself. With Meunier, I probably wouldn't feel that comfortable. Meunier going down a wing this time, into De Bruyne. I'm going to find R9. Go across. Cut it across. Martial's not quite got it there. Oh, he went for the overhead though. Okay, we found a little talent from him. He can shoot. And to be honest, he has got very good shooting for a right back. But this would be his problem. When you're coming up against someone like a Team of the Year Messi, I don't feel like Meunier's going to be able to do the pace battle with him. Mainly from that acceleration. Like even there, Ronaldo's just absolutely trumped me. De Bruyne. Jeez. Let's find him down the wing again. Oh, that's poor. Can De Bruyne... No, he's not even going to be able to recover that from him. Luckily, we've got a pretty good midfield and defence. And he's got the pass on him. He has got a good pass. I think literally the thing that kills this card is only his balance and agility. And that is a big shame. To say that they definitely could have raised that up. And that really wouldn't have raised many red flags. I think that's just kind of like a silly move from them. Because it has made the card pretty much unusable in terms of what you have on offer. I know when Babu was an objective card and now is no objective card, there's still so many Team of the Seasons that are literally 10 times better than him. Oh, Martial getting it this time. Oh, and Martial getting ahead as well. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Meunier finding De Bruyne down a wing. Lovely stuff. Can we get that ball in? Oh, he's only gone and done it. That is extraordinary if he's got that. 3 goals in literally the matter of 10 minutes for Martial, and that is a wonderful ball, from Meunier to De Bruyne, and then straight into Martial. That was a cracking cross. So going into the overall then for Meunier, 64k on the Xbox, 59 on the PlayStation. We will just refresh it just to make sure. I do whack this up straight away just to see. An 81 rated squad. It's not a bad card. It's not a bad card in terms of SBC. For me, I just think Mbabu's better. Obviously, we didn't get the 93 Summer Heat Meunier. I would have probably preferred a CDM. What was his balance and balance and thingy on that? See, it was even worse. What was his starting card then? 49 balance. No wonder this card has never been meta. That for me is the clinch. It's the only thing wrong with this card. Yes, he is 6'3", so that mixed with this kind of stat does make him very clunky. It makes his turning circle far too slow, and especially against players Neymar, Ben Yedder, Messi, Ronaldo, Eusebio, R9, Hullet, any of them sort of players that are very quick, either strong, can really dribble with the ball. He's going to be left in the dust if you miss that tackle. He has got very, very good stats throughout. Great pace, I can't argue with that. 87 acceleration. Obviously, I said the engine would be the best one to go for, mainly to get that agility and balance as much as he can. It would turn him into a 96 right back or a 95 CDM. For me, I think the CDM role would suit him more because I feel like the pressure of kind of being countered is less because you've still got that back line. I would 100% recommend this card in CDM, the right back. If you're getting teared down the left wing, you then don't want this right back being the reason why he's able to cut inside, either make that pass across or go for goal himself. You want him as that CDM. If he doesn't make the challenge, he can turn in his own time. You've got a centre back that can step up and tackle him. You have that layer of kind of failure as such. As if anything, the centre back is one of the main roles. The goalkeeper is the main role because if he lets it in, it's a goal. Centre back's got the goalie to rely on. A CDM has got the centre backs and then the goalkeeper to rely on. It's almost like a striker has the pressure to score. A cam, all he needs to do is pass the ball. If he doesn't pass the ball, then the striker is even worse because he's not had the ball. It's a long explanation. I don't know if that made sense, but it makes sense in my head. As a CDM, you've got more time to make a mistake if he does in terms of turning because everything else is really nice. Very strong, great at cracking tackles, great passing, good shooting to an extent. I saw a few off a corner, went for an overhead during that, and then obviously his pace is pretty good as well. It literally is that agility balance for me. The 4-star is very nice. I feel like it would suit a CDM role. 6'3", good at headers, and then bar from that, that's really it for him. He's a very average player in my opinion, especially at this late stage in the game. I know there's not many transfers that are like, wow, bar from like a Werner maybe. People who have transferred who are kind of a big name in this game right now. Unless Ben Yedder left to someone, we're not really going to get that anymore, bar from maybe Messi. But can you see them bringing out a Messi transferred card at this point? It'd be like 5 mil no doubt. But for me, I'm giving him a solid 8 out of 10. I feel like that agility balance goes up. You then would see a hell of a lot more of a rating from him. But as a CDM, I would then highly recommend him as like an 8.59. And I feel like he definitely could get in teams with that role. But he would be more of a super sub in my opinion. So let me know down below if you're going to complete it. I think an 81 rated squad, you can't complain for a 94 return. Bar from that, make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.